Hello everyone, I'm Rafael Alvarez and this is Alvarez Metalworks. So today we're going to be talking about this machine right here. This is the Everlast Power I-MIG 200 that I purchased back in October of 2012 and has been the platform that I have built this YouTube channel and everything that you've seen in my shop over the years from. This machine has paid for itself over and over and over again, okay? I'm doing this review simply because I'm upgrading the machine right now, and over the last, I would say 3 weeks or so, I've had a few people on my YouTube channel ask me about it, wanting to know, does it still work? Am I still happy with it? Blah, 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 blah. They know it's been about 4 years, so here we are. This is not the only Everlast machine I have, just for the record. I have an Everlast PowerTig 210 EXT. AC/DC TIG welder, awesome machine. Okay, I also have, sorry, I almost dropped the camera, an Everlast PowerPlasma 50. Great machine as well. The only issues I've ever had with any of these machines is the ground clamp on the welder eventually wore out, started heating up, wasn't getting good ground, so I replaced it with a Harbor Freight clamp. Real cheap, real easy to change out, no big deal. PowerPlasma 50, I burnt up the torch head on it, doing stupid stuff, cutting up the old ambulance box that was on the tow rig project. It was paint, foam, all kinds of nonsense. It just got too hot, burnt up the head. I had to replace the head. It was about 50 bucks. Outside of that, no issues with these machines. So, that being said, let's quickly go through and show you the inside here of the MIG. Cosmetically, everything's still okay. This door actually closes. If you guys notice here, this torch that I bought, or that I acquired, and I'll talk about that in a minute, is actually installed on the machine. It's installed on the machine because I actually deleted this first part of this video and I'm reshooting it. But there's the display. Everything's alright with the display. The knobs and stuff, switches all still work just fine. Spool gun thing still here. No issues, I never used it. Everything's great about that machine. The only complaints that I have, or not complaints, the only downfalls that I have with the machine was the torch is only 9.5 feet long, or about 9.5 feet long, a little over 9 feet long, which sucks when you're working on big projects like this because you constantly have to move the machine all around. When you're working on other people's vehicles, you have to be really careful because you're trying to get the machine close to your work area. You tend to have issues with maybe bumping into the vehicles, so I need a longer lead. The other thing is the fan on the back of this machine. It's only rated for a low temperature of around 120, about 20 something degrees Fahrenheit, which is fine for most normal people. But for me, I sit in my shop in the winter time. It's floating around 0 degrees outside. My shop is extremely cold, no heat. I'm bundled up, and that fan will start to buzz as a result of being too cold. Warm it up in here, it works great. I've never replaced that fan. I've been running it that way for 4 years. It's fine. It still spins when it's buzzing. It's fine. It's so cold in here, it obviously doesn't need to it doesn't need to cool the machine off. So, with that being said, let's talk about this torch here, okay? I'm not going to show it to you that much because I'm going to show it to you in the second segment of this video. But I acquired this torch because I wanted a longer torch for all the projects I have in my shop. I approached Everlast about it, one of their employees that I stay in contact with, a few months ago. We both got kind of sidetracked with our lives and never ended up making it happen. I asked them if they were interested in sponsoring, the Project Pathfinder build or the Project Tow Rig build in exchange for a torch. Never came about happening. So last week, I started working on the wheels and stuff for Project Tow Rig. Project Pathfinder. I uploaded some cool pictures of me working on these wheels right here, and he had saw them, and I decided right then and there I was going to ask him, look, I need that torch. You guys want to work something out? If not, let me know how much it's going to be, and I'll get you guys the money. I want the torch right away. He's preparing for SEMA, the Everlast booth at SEMA, and he told me, send me more pictures and we'll do a trade. So I went and shot him a bunch of pictures, and if you guys follow me on Facebook or anything like that, you probably saw some of those photographs. They're going to be used on their display at the SEMA show, and that's what paid for this. Okay, so in my honest opinion, as a former professional photographer, I paid for that torch. Paid for it via bartering, but I paid for that torch. I've been I was a professional photographer for a number of years, shooting motorsports, concerts, club scenes, models, you name it. I know the value of my photographs. I stopped shooting professionally because the market's oversaturated, and anybody with a camera can really undercut you and bring down the value of photographs with pretty much just garbage photographs. So I honestly feel like I paid for this torch and then some, based on me knowing what the value of my photographs is in that particular situation and application where they plan on using it. So if you don't agree, you don't agree. But that's the situation. I'm only telling you guys this because I told you guys right out the gate, for those that follow my channel, that I will always be honest about this type of stuff. I'm never going to be force feeding you products because somebody's handing me money. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be straight up front. My reputation and my word means a lot to me, and no amount of money that these guys are going to give me or product that they're going to give me is going to, get me to lie to you guys about anything that I have here. So with that being said, love the machine, still works. Love all three of my machines, they all still work. I'm going to be using all of them extensively over the next few months. So let's get to showing you guys the torch. Let's get it installed on the machine, even though it really is already installed, but I'm going to show you guys the installation process, and we'll go from there. Okay, so here's what they sent me. I specifically asked them, I told them I wanted a 15-foot torch lead, and I wanted the best quality torch that they had available for the Power I-MIG 200. This is what they sent me. I can tell you just by looking in the case or looking in the box and feeling the torch handle and everything, that this is significantly better than the one that the machine came with. Now, the one that the machine came with may not be as good as this, but it's lasted 4 years. So I expect this one to last a significant amount of time. They also threw in a couple different nozzles. You see here, get rid of those because they're twins. This one's just a straight nozzle, and the other one's a tapered nozzle. Throw in a couple different sizes of tips as well. And then the torch lead. Now this torch lead is actually a 5-meter torch lead. So how that translates to feet, it's about 16 feet roughly, and that's definitely what I need. So I'm going to grab this, drag this over here. I may have to change the tip on this torch. I haven't really checked. I'm going to open this machine up here and release this. I'm running an 03 wire, and I'm going to hold this spool so it doesn't unravel on me. Stick my side cutters in here and cut that wire. Okay, it's not unraveling on me. Then it's as simple as me undoing this. First, let me show you the torch, the stock torch. Give you an idea of how long it is as well. So here's where we're at there. I'll measure it in just a quick second and tell you guys what it is. The tip and everything, the gun's been used, but it's held up good. So let me pause this, I'll measure it and tell you what it is. Okay, so I just measured it and measured out to be a little over 9 feet. I didn't get an exact measurement, but it's a little over 9 feet. So I cut the wire here, so this thing's going to have a bunch of wires stuck in the torch, and that's fine. And it's simple as that. Unscrew it, pull it out. I'm just going to toss this aside. This torch is still good, so I don't want to like throw it in the trash or anything, because God forbid anything happened to this one. The liner or something needs to be replaced in it. I got a backup in a worst case scenario. So, with that being said, sorry about the unorganized aspect to this video, but you better get used to it because that's who I am. I'm going to pull the little cap off that I just threw in here, right? And if you look, you have one large hole where the wire goes through and the 3 other holes. That's what you got there. So you're going to just line it up and then tighten it up. It's as simple as that. It's not rocket science. Super easy. There you go. So now at this point, I'm going to feed in the wire into the gun and get it all ready to go. So sit tight. I'm going to check the nozzle and make sure I got the right size of nozzle on there, or tip, excuse me, and feed the wire through, and I'll be back and show you this thing in action. Okay everyone, pardon the noise, it's the fan. I'm trying to get you guys a good close-up shot, or a decent one. The machine setup is what it is. I grabbed the thickest piece of metal because I have it set up for welding my wheels and I don't want to change the settings. So I'm going to lay down a quick bead here. It's probably not going to be set up just right, but it should work. Like the torch, feels decent in my hand. Like that it's got that spring right here. It also has the spring here. Decent. The other thing I like about it is, to show you here real quick. In comparison to the stock torch, you can see here that the torch, the tip is actually longer, the neck on there. I like that because that'll allow me to get into tighter spaces better. So, that being said, let's take a look at this weld real quick. Not that that's really the judge on whether this is a good torch or not. But I'm sure you guys want to see it just because. So, there you go. So anyways, check out Everlast if you guys want one of these torches, if you have this machine, or if you have any of their other machines. I'm sure this torch will work with a bunch of them, if not all of them. I'm not 100% sure, but give them a call. Ask them about it. The actual part number for it is right there. We get it to focus, focus, focus. There you go. So that's their actual part number. Uses standard nozzles, standard tips. Good gun overall from what I can see. So, like always, subscribe, comment, like. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you guys later. Oh, remember to check out roarksupply.com. Use coupon code METAL. Get yourself 10% off anything you order from them. And that's my thank you to you, and Roark Supplies thank you to you for supporting my channel and supporting them. So, talk to you guys later.